I'm so sorry to say this, but there's only one way on this heaven, earth, that Adesanya could beat Alex Pereira. There's only one way, honestly. And you might be shocked to hear this, but the only way Adesanya could beat Alex Pereira, the only way Adesanya could beat Alex Pereira is not through stylistically outpointing him via kickboxing matchup. It's not that way. It's not knocking him out, because we ain't gonna see that happen, because there's a size discrepancy between the two fighters. The only way Israel Adesanya is gonna beat Alex Pereira is by fighting fire with fire, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of you people might be shocked to hear this, to be honest, because we've seen it. The two fighters have fought 3 times already. They fought twice in kickboxing and once in the UFC and MMA. And in all of these fights, Alex Pereira came out victorious over Israel Adesanya. Outpointed him in 2016 and then knocked him out in a kickboxing bout in 2017, right? Out cold. Alex Pereira came to the UFC, had little fights, like 2 to 3 fights, and then beating Adesanya, who was the undisputed middleweight champion of the world. Alex Pereira is just stylistically a better fighter than Israel Adesanya, to be honest. And I think it's the perfect matchup for Adesanya. I mean, he's big, number one. That's such an advantage that he has. He's big, way bigger than Adesanya. Adesanya is 6'4", and Alex Pereira is recorded as being 6'4" as well. But let's be honest, he's more than 6'4". I mean, if you look at him stand next to Adesanya, it's like this, bro. There's a height difference. So Alex Pereira, in my opinion, would be like 6'5", maybe 6'5.5". So he's a big lad. So his presence in the octagon is too much for Adesanya. And Adesanya is always a fighter that likes to move backwards, countering his opponent. But Alex Pereira's pressure and the fact that he's so much bigger and he hits harder than Adesanya is always going to obviously be to the detriment of Adesanya, to be honest. So the only way Adesanya could beat Alex Pereira is standing toe-to-toe with Alex Pereira and fighting fire with fire. That's the only way I see Adesanya beating Alex Pereira. And even then, there's a high probability that Adesanya might get knocked out. We've seen it in the first fight. Adesanya was doing well with the wrestling, the striking at the start. Some of the rounds he was doing all right, to be honest. But Alex Pereira picked up the pace. And if you notice, when both fighters hit one another, the impact that Alex Pereira has with his punches is much more devastating on Adesanya than the other way around. So definitely, I think Adesanya's only chance is definitely going out guns blazing and mixing that guns blazing striking with wrestling. That's probably his only chance, to be honest. But again, he's not a great wrestler, to be honest. So all the odds are against Adesanya in this fight, to be honest. And I see little chance or chances in Adesanya beating Alex Pereira, to be honest. There's a high probability that he will lose this fight, unfortunately. And I'm one of Adesanya's biggest fans. I really am, to be honest. But I'm just trying to figure out a way that he could beat Alex Pereira. He's at such a significant disadvantage. He's at a disadvantage when it comes to size, when it comes to power, when it comes to everything, to be honest. Even who's a better kickboxer. Do you know what I mean? Some people might debate that Adesanya is a better kickboxer, but I even think Alex Pereira is a better kickboxer. He moves faster, he hits harder, and in my opinion, he's just a lot faster. He's a little bit faster than Adesanya. People might disagree with this, but this is coming from an Adesanya fan. I support Adesanya, you know what I mean, and I'm hoping that he wins. But even somewhere deep down, I don't believe Adesanya's going to win this fight. So yes, his only chance is definitely going out and guns blazing, throwing in, letting his hands go, because he's obviously statistically at a disadvantage. The only way he could win this fight is definitely, put in the pace and just be willing to take punches and give one back again. And there's a high chance that he might get knocked out, but guess what? He might knock out. He also has a probability that he could knock out Alex Pereira, because when we watched the first fight, what did we notice around the end of the first round? Alex Pereira got rocked by Adesanya. He wobbled him, and when he went to his corner, his legs were still not fully there. So definitely Alex Adesanya also has the power to be able to knock Pereira out. It's just that it's very unlikely, to be honest. But if he fights fire with fire instead of trying to make it a very simple, plain kickboxing battle, he could win the fight if he just comes out and brawls him, to be honest. Yes. So, ladies and gentlemen, my prediction definitely is that Alex Pereira will beat Adesanya, to be honest. I think the power is going to be what's going to make most of the difference in the fight, to be honest. And obviously, factor in the power. Obviously, the size discrepancy between the two fighters is going to be integral or fundamental in terms of like determining the outcome of the fight. And I think Alex Pereira also has a size advantage, though, as I've mentioned, both fighters are recorded as being 6'4" each. But obviously, Alex Pereira, in my opinion, is slightly bigger than 6'4". To be honest, I think he's going to be like 6'5.5". So definitely that presence in the octagon and that size discrepancy, combined with the power, I believe that Alex Pereira is definitely going to be too much for Israel Adesanya, unfortunately. And I believe that this is definitely going to be the end of Adesanya's reign as the undisputed UFC middleweight champion of the world. I know it's heartbreaking because this is obviously coming from an Adesanya fan. But again, who knows, he could pull it off. You can never doubt anyone in MMA nowadays. We've seen Amanda Nunes and Juliana Pena. Just recently we saw Valentina Shevchenko got choked out or submitted by Alexa Grasso. So, you can never, count people out. But I think rightfully Adesanya should be the underdog going into this fight against Alex Pereira because the guy beat him 3 times. Regardless of what you want to say, he outpointed him in the first fight as kickboxers, right? In the second fight as kickboxers, he knocked him out cold. Yes, Adesanya was kind of dominating that fight, but he still knocked him out. And the third fight, he got TKO'd and finished by Alex Pereira. So again, going into this fight, naturally it does make sense from a statistical point of view to see Adesanya rightfully as being the underdog and Alex Pereira as being the favorite, honestly. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I'm supporting Adesanya, but I believe that Alex Pereira is going to win this fight. But if there's any chance that Adesanya pulls the miracle, which is possible, please God, I want that, honestly. So yes, just like as alluded, the only way Adesanya could really have an impact in his fight is not through his stylistically clean kickboxing ability, not through that. No, it's just going to be purely going out, guts wrenching, just throwing down, to be honest, and trying to get that knockout instead of like trying to back off. Because the more he backs off and the more he moves back towards the cage, basically his back towards the cage, the more advantage that he gives Alex Pereira. Because Alex Pereira, just if he smells blood, he's just going in guns blazing, trying to get that finish, ladies and gentlemen. So yeah, I appreciate you obviously watching this video. Make sure to smash the like button down below and comment and subscribe as well with your notification bells turned on. To be honest, just to, get this subscriber count up, just to, improve content quality and all that. Make sure to smash the like button, comment, peace.